Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive 717. I am back with another reading, guys. I am here hanging with the saucy beaver and her baby, Maggie Lee, this little saucy beeves. Alright guys, so the message I'm getting for this particular reading is that many of your masculines are waking up. You know, they're truly waking up. It's like their souls are waking up. And the message that I'm getting very strongly is that they thought that you were there to tame them, but they're starting to become more aware of the fact that they must lead you in the right way, Divine Feminine. It's not about you coming in there to tame them. It's about leading you in the right way. It's about standing up and you know, we have unrequited love here because there's no chemistry because the masculines aren't leading. It's like unrequited love happens when the masculines feel like it's the feminine's job to come in there and tame them in some way, right? It's like she's supposed to take the action. I feel like a lot of masculines are waking up and, you know, they're realizing that the reason there is unrequited love or a lot of cycles or, you know, like unrequited love to me in this particular reading talks about a divine masculine who feels like, you know, they can get whatever they want from every other partner, you know, like this could be a divine masculine where, you know, they may have a lot of women around them, for example. Or if you're in the other energy where you feel strongly that you are, you know, a woman that's in your feminine energy, you might have a lot of masculine energy around you, period, where, you know, it feels like you call the shots all the time, you know, but no one's ever been good enough to make you want to lead. But I feel like this divine feminine makes you want to lead. It's not about her coming in here to tame you. The reason that there's unrequited love or no chemistry or romance to keep this going is because, you know, your divine feminine is consistently waiting for you to step into your true power, divine masculine. At the top of the deck here it says, okay, I can't stand the idea of you moving on. Because I feel like that's the place that many of you are in if you're not going to be led correctly. If you're not going to be led in a way that, you know, fulfills you or, like, you know, keeps you focused on doing the best for the highest good. Especially because a lot of you are in your mission work, right? What do we have at the bottom? Okay, I know you've been wanting it for me. I feel like I know you've been wanting it for me is a strong message about I know you've been wanting leadership. I know you've been wanting me to, like what I'm hearing is like, you know, step into your highest potential, divine masculines. Okay, and that's why I feel like maybe the chemistry between you two, there's worth waiting for sliding out of the deck again. I feel like unrequited love has a lot to do with, like, both of you don't feel like yourselves in this connection, and that's just what I'm picking up on. Like, I feel like time and time again, you know, you both may go through cycles where there's a lot of chemistry, there's a lot of sensual energy between you two, but it's not long lasting. Something feels off, and I feel like both of you for the first time are coming into that realization of cracking the code. The feminine's not here to tame you. The feminine is here to show you how to lead, how to take the lead, how to take action. How to stand on your own too, how to romance someone, how to be grounded enough to be trustworthy and reliable and, you know, diplomatic in a sense, know how to be able to lead, you know, not only the divine feminine, but to be able to lead a community. And oftentimes that starts with a family. You know, many of you are wanting your divine masculines to return to this place of like strength and structure and logic, which is, you know, ideally being responsible for planting seeds and providing and spreading their knowledge and their wealth of information into this world and having it move forward and carry on. I feel like those of you who have clicked this reading, some of you might resonate with it really strongly because, you know, you might be the type to attract a divine masculine who, you know, they could be a bachelor They don't have any children. They're nervous about having children. They could be, a lot of older divine masculines as well who are still caught up in the player ways. And it just seems really weird and unnatural of them not to know or have any kind of grasp on what it means to fully commit to another partner. Like, I feel like many of us are cracking down on this on the twin flame journey, and we're really starting to like, we're not normalizing like this whole player thing, right? Like, nervous to have kids, I don't want kids, I don't want marriage, screw relationships, marriage. Like, I feel like many of us are starting to be like, whoa, wait a second, like, if you are thinking like that, there's something not right with that. I feel like for so long society has gone on with like, oh yeah, it's true, like divorces and this and that. I feel like many of us are starting to realize that, at the end of the day, as man, as woman coming together, even in energies, it's about committing, like one person committing to the next person and wanting to grow aspects of community and family. And this whole vibe about like, living life for the hype of it and living it for the image and trying to stay young and trying to stay youthful and like getting into situations where it's like you're well past like your 30 or late 30s, 40s, and it's like you still feel like you need to front like you're fucking like doing it out at the raves and like, Burning Man, and it's like you're like well into your 40s and 50s. And I'm not saying carpe diem, live your life, whatever. I'm just saying that it's like, for some people, what exists on the inside is like, this deep, hollow feeling of not ever growing up, like that Peter Pan syndrome. I feel like many of us are dealing with divine masculines who often surround themselves with like karmics and people who have that Peter Pan syndrome. It's like you just can't fucking grow up. Like, you need to fucking be in this like stage of your life where it's like, I'm always going to be a bachelor, or I'm always going to be like this young hoity-toity, like, living out my youthful days of like, I don't want kids, like I just want to maintain like my body structure. And like, it's like, honestly, it's a life of loneliness, and it's what's wrong with society. I feel like people who end up in that place have just been overtaken by social media, and their whole existence is about social media. Their whole existence is about, what am I going to post next on Instagram? Like, what am I going to post next on Facebook? What am I going to post next on TikTok to show the world that like I'm doing it in life? I feel like there's many of our counterparts out there who are really stuck in that matrix and that whole paradigm of things. And many of us are here to kind of really break up that way of living, or that way of carrying on. Like, it's like static in the collective. And many of you who just kind of you're paving your own way on this journey, I feel like your counterparts are, it's like that's why they're always so stuck on your energy or waiting for your next move. It's because a lot of you who are kind of putting the whole connection on pause, or rethinking things, or going through introspection. Maybe you could have been the chaser, but now you're turning into the runner type of thing. You're kind of running away from these ideals that, a lot of your counterparts have put you into, especially this whole worth waiting for energy. It's like this connection, yeah, it could be worth waiting for, but there's so much else that we could be doing with our time and efforts. The Magician card is coming up as a major arcana because the Ace of Swords here is letting you guys know it's time to start conjuring up like new thoughts, planting new seeds about where it is you want to be. Like, if many of you take a good look at your twin flame connection, a lot of you know what the right thing to do is. And I feel like many of you who are doing the right thing, you're kind of feeling or sitting on top of the world right now. It's like you may be going against the grain, like you don't give a fuck about the whole social media, the hype, being watched, being admired by people. Many of you are, kind of fucking off the whole like karmic situation thing, right? It's like, wait a second, I don't even want to be a part of that fucking freak show, because these people are really not promoting the idea of what it means to, come here and be of service and to feel fulfillment and to feel soul growth. I feel like a lot of you are looking at your counterparts who are trapped in the matrix and their energy is like very gluttonous and like very lustful, and they're just pure caught up in the indulgence of life. But the problem is that when you have people living life like that, living their life like that, like for example, like you're so caught up in just like indulging in like gluttony, lust, just the pleasures in life, trying to get ahead, trying to look like you're better than everybody else, like the whole social media world, you know, those are the people out there who feel so fucking hollow on the inside, so fucking empty. And that's why a lot of your masculines and their karmics gravitate towards you and your energy. It's because it's so wholesome, right? It's like you have the ability to shut off the matrix and focus in on what's really, really important to you. You know, many of you who are watching this reading, you're sought after and you are looked upon by many because you know what it's like to just completely enjoy your solitude, build for yourself, do things for yourself, that it doesn't have anything to do with this whole matrix rat race thing. A lot of you can really kick your feet up and you don't give two fucks about the rat race, right? Like you can really fully enjoy your existence here, and I feel like it irritates a lot of people. All right, that's what I have for you guys for this short message. Divine Feminines, you need to be led in the right way, otherwise you're going to look at everybody else but like, fuck, why am I even associating myself with you? You're part of the rat race and I am not, you know. So this could be a lot of you kind of shifting, turning the tables on your masculine counterparts. Like you're really standing up and saying, hey, listen, like I cannot go on this path with you. Like, you know, the connection is there, the intimacy, you know, the level of chemistry, but it's dying out if you're going to be on this rat race, because I ain't no fucking rat, bro. All right. I hope it finds you guys well. I love you guys. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Okay. Bye, guys.